Half the councillors in a Sussex village have resigned after accusing the government of making a mockery of the Localism Act. The development of 63 houses in Newick, near Lewes, was turned down after falling outside the council's own local plan, but the government has now given the development the go-ahead following an appeal. Well, the area's MP, Maria Caulfield, says the views of residents have been bulldozed. She joins me now from her constituency in New Haven. Maria Caulfield, thank you very much for being with us this lunchtime. The government's target for house building is 200,000 houses a year. In fact, the Lords recommended this summer it should be 300,000 houses a year. So isn't it right that places like Newick take their share of that burden?
Absolutely, and that was the whole point of the neighbourhood plan, was that local councillors, along with the local community, nearly 90% of the community supported the neighbourhood plan, identified exactly where the housing that they needed to take was to go. This is an extra 69 houses that was not in the neighbourhood plan, and that has completely gone against where neighbourhoods and local people wanted their housing to go. There's no point having a neighbourhood plan and people, identifying sites for housing if it's completely overruled then by the Secretary of State.
So the government, your government, wanted to devolve more powers to its local authorities, and yet when it actually comes to the crunch, they want to override it. The Secretary of State wants to be able to say, no, we're going to put this in.
Well, I mean, that's not the understanding that I had, that we, on a manifesto that I stood on, we were told that if there was a 5-year land supply in a local authority, which Lewes has, if there was a local plan, which Lewes has, if there was a neighbourhood plan, which Newick has, then those decisions would be respected. And the complete opposite has happened. And I'm absolutely furious about it and completely support the parish council.
So where do we go from here?
Well, I've got a meeting with the Housing Minister next week to discuss this, because in his reply when I challenged them in the House of Commons this week, I was told that they didn't believe Lewes had a 5-year land supply. It does, and so I'm going to be making that crystal clear to the ministers when I see them next week. And, there's no point volunteers giving up their time, hours, months of work into neighbourhood plans if they're not going to be respected by government.
OK, Maria Caulfield, thank you very much.